what's the score? Do you know?
What's the score? What's the score? Who, the Mets? The Mets are winning 6-3.
All
6-3.
right.
All right. So that'll put them up 2-1. Just like the Cubs, which would be great. You know, but I got to tell you, if it came down to the Mets and the Cubs for representing the National League, I got to go with the Cubs. You know,
I'm going with the Cubs.
how can you not? And like I said, how can you not root for a team that waited 112 years to get into postseason?
Exactly. I mean, it's, when it comes to situations like this, I myself go with the fact that it's a New York team. However, because the Cubs have, they've fought for so many years. I mean, let's face it, it's due. It's pretty much due for them.
Well, let's just, like Tug McGraw used to say, you got to believe.
Well, how many
Okay.
years has it been since the Mets won?
86, I think, was the last year that the Mets won.
So
which is almost
1986 when the ball went through Boggs' legs.
Yeah, almost 30 years.
So they haven't won for a while neither. And think
Yeah,
of all
but not
the
112 years.
You can't compare 30 to 112.
Yeah, but in New York, there are a lot of Met fans that have been waiting for this for 30 some odd years.
Well, and what I would say,
I have a lot of friends that are Met fans, and I understand how they feel. But,
what I would say to them is try living in Chicago and being a Cub fan. 30 years is like nothing when you think about it.
Right.
And hey, I remember the Yankees back in the day when they were a second division club. They used to finish in last place. They used to have a losing record. The Yankees had a dry spell of well over 10 years. Okay? Now, granted, some people would say, oh, that's nothing. But if you're a Yankee, and if you're a Yankee fan with that kind of history and dynasty, 10 years is like equal to 112 for the Cubs. Because for years, the Cubs would have guys like Ernie Banks. Okay? They had a great second baseman who unfortunately was killed in a plane crash. The Cubs had one or two great players, but they never were able to put together. They never had pitching. They had this guy, Wood, who came up for them for a while, and he was like a phenom. But pitching alone doesn't win games if you're not scoring runs for the guy, So,
right.
The bottom line is it's gelling for them now, and it's terrific. And wouldn't it be nice if they took it all, and talk about taking it all. I watched my Giants lose another game that they should have won. Okay. They were stopped from getting into the end zone and had to settle for 3 points instead of a touchdown. So that's minus 4 points. And then Manning was intercepted twice, one of which was for a touchdown. So that's 11 points. If you add the 11 points to the score that the Giants had, they would have won. And then if you go back to the first two games that they blew in the last 2 minutes, just like they blew this one in the last 3 minutes, the Giants would be 5-0 now instead of 2-3.
Mhm.
So, it's very depressing.
And if the world was flat, it wouldn't be round. What does that mean? Nothing.
Well, it depends. You're not a sports fan, Felix. Felix is in a bad mood. I don't know why.
Why, Felix? Don't be in a bad mood.
Oh, I'm fine.
Be happy.
He'd rather be plugging eye pluggers,
Mark, I woke up at quarter of, I didn't know where I was. I tried to get plug everything, get everything started.
Did I say anything? I haven't said anything, Felix.
I'm telling you, I'm explaining something. I had technical difficulties. In other words, I couldn't even speak when I got on. I was like, my mind was foggy. Really bad. My mind was just not there at all.
But we spoke about sports. We spoke about politics. The news.
I want to thank you again for that picture. I showed it to a friend of mine today, and she cracked up.
Oh, anytime. You know, like I said, when I see these things on Facebook, and I think of somebody that it would fit just perfectly, that's why I sent it to you. I knew you would appreciate it.
Yeah, I did.
It's
Thank
something I
you.
wouldn't send to Chad, although I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if you
10-3 Mets.
I don't know
Yeah,
if I
10-3. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you what I tell my daughter Robin. When it becomes a blowout like that, I would say, and I used to tell my son Joshua, I wish the Yankees could save some of those runs for when they really need it. It's obvious they're going to win this game, but the bottom line is,
there's nothing obvious first.
well, but they could win 4-3 and save the other 6 runs for another day.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way.
What inning is it?
What inning is it?
Got to be about the 7th.
Hold on. What inning is it?
What inning is it?
If it started about
Can't
8:30,
hear me.
it must be close to the 7th inning.
It doesn't matter.
Wait, I'm going to change the channel. Hold on. Oh, wrong channel. Can't see in the dark.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. It is... I can't
No, it's not on 37. Who said 37? Maybe 39. 39.
Fourth inning, I think?
Here we go. It's the 4th inning.
Yeah.
Boy, 10 runs in the 4th inning.
They make the little sport thing so small.
They must really be.
Well, if it's a 4th inning, guess what? The other team still can come back. Not likely, but they
there's always
can.
a possibility.
Yeah, but especially if it's the 4th inning.
Look, anything is possible.
Don't say, but it's only the 4th
Yeah,
inning.
but you know what? They're home, and after what happened with the slide, they're just more determined.
Yeah. What happened to the player that hit him? Mattingly, who was it? What was his name? What was the name of the guy that hit him?
Chase Utley.
Utley?
Yeah, is he out?
Well, he can't be playing. He's suspended.
Well, they said heard today that he was appealing it, and he may be playing today.
Well,
Wait, no, Utley's not the one that got hurt. It was the...
no. He wanted to know who was the one.
guy from the-
No, he wanted to know who hit him.
Yeah, because I heard him saying that he might not get suspended because he's appealing it. And they said by the time he gets done appealing it, the series might be over. But I may have misheard it. Anyway,
I don't know, I didn't hear it.
anything in the news, Mark, that we should be talking about?
Well, it was.
Any more?
It was a slow weekend on all the news talk shows.
No shootings of late?
Well, not since
Well, another cop.
that one we spoke about in northern Arizona.
There was
when
another cop that was shot. I'm trying to remember when. We didn't discuss him.
Actually, there was a shooting early this morning in New York. 3 women.
Yeah.
In front of a lounge or a club. It was like at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I think they were in front of Trump Plaza.
I don't think so.
No, they weren't in front of Trump Plaza.
Did you see
Very
today?
funny.
Yeah, no. There was on CNN. They were showing where the studio is and where they're broadcasting for tomorrow.
Yeah.
In the background, there's a Trump building, big Trump letters.
Well, it is Vegas, and he does have a place there. So, actually, hey, wouldn't it be something if the Democrats rented space in one of Trump's casinos?
Yeah.
Hey, Trump was talking on. He was being interviewed. He's always being interviewed by somebody. I forgot who was doing it. I think it was CNN. Somebody on CNN, but he was talking about the Saudis okay, getting involved with the Middle East there, and that we can't do everything. And he said, of course I could negotiate. He said, who do you think is renting space from me upstairs? He says, the Bank of Saudi Arabia. He said, they're my tenant.
He's got his hands in everything and everybody.
Yes, he does. Hey, they just showed a Met World Series ring from 1969.
1969 ring.
Going back to Trump, they were saying today, for Trump being a non-politician, is probably the best politician that the Republicans have right now running for office.
Well, I mean, let's figure it out. I mean, he he and Carson are the only two in double figures. Add up everybody else, and they maybe just about come close to what he has.
Yeah, Fiore is down again. She's back down in the slumps.
Fiorina,
whatever. She's down to 5% or something.
I know, she's between 6 and 8%. Well, because she's
doesn't it fluctuate always around like now? Like it goes up and down.
Well, it always fluctuates, but the thing is, she had, it was almost like Herman Cain 4 years ago. Herman Cain with his 999, flat tax or whatever. But, she had this business with Planned Parenthood, and she wanted to make it a whole big deal. And she wrapped her whole campaign around it. And now the Republican Party is saying, bless you, look, we don't want to, they're all up in the air as to whether they want to close down the government because of Planned Parenthood.
Everybody's saying that they don't want to, including even...
I know.
Even Cruz is saying he doesn't want to close down the government.
Well, because it didn't work for them when it happened the last time. And, right now, the biggest problem that the Republican Party has is picking a Speaker of the House. All right? They said, and you can't fault Ryan for this, Ryan has young kids. When Ryan was young, he lost his father at a very young age. He wants to be there for his children. And as Speaker of the House, you're on the road over 200 days a year doing the party's business, which means he's never going to be home.
Well, he said at the beginning when they asked him, he said that position is for an empty nester.
And let's face it, now...
I heard something yesterday about that, too. I think he said, I can't remember his exact words.
He's praying on it.
Those were his exact words, but he's like, and my answer is no.
No, but
because my family comes first,
right?
Or something like that.
And then he said he would pray on it. In the Republican Party, everybody prays on everything. And one female Republican from Florida, a longtime congresswoman, said, "We'll even do carpool. We'll pick up his wife and take her to work, and we'll take his kids to school and pick them up from school." It was meant as a joke, but they were willing to bend over backwards because they all know that the only one who could maybe keep the party running and talking to each other is Paul Ryan, because he has conservative credentials. But don't forget, he is chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. Okay? That's the most powerful job in Washington if you're a congressman, because you get to determine who gets the money and where it goes and what it's spent on. So everybody is courting you. And to go from a job like that to a thankless job of Speaker of the House, and he knows it's only going to be a caretaker type of thing, because once the 2016 election comes around, somebody else will be running for it. So right now, the Republican Party has to worry about its survival. All because of 42 members in the American